Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbley. One of the things that has occurred in recent months, well, really over the past year, a little bit more than a year, is associated with a deteriorating health condition, which manifests itself in one regard associated with migraines and pains in the hands and feet and all this other related stuff, but more explicitly is precipitated by more fundamental issues. And when I look at the past year, the degradation that scares me the most is associated with immediate circumstances that would completely wipe me out. And I think they're very real. As an adult, particularly a male adult, you see other males of similar like minds that suffer from these kind of issues. My grandfather survived a heart attack at 64. My suspicion is that I have one or two or three or four of these events somewhere in the future. In fact, I think it's pretty inevitable. And the role that I have played in this, the inevitability role that I have played in this, is something that I reflect on quite heavily. My grandfather had children, grandchildren, responsibility beyond economic responsibility. I feel a certain degree of responsibility, certainly with regards to my wife, but I don't feel that I have the responsibility that my grandfather had. And I don't feel that this continuum, this existence, this thing which produces these podcasts, produces a wide variety of things, is permanent. In fact, the temporality of it and my role in the temporality of it is something that I acknowledge on a regular basis. It's part of being relatively young, ticking off one's life goals, maybe having poor life goals to start off with, that they'd be so easy to tick off. But looking at the remainder of my life really is something which is beyond what I would ever have imagined as a child. And in living this life, I feel fulfilled in a very fundamental sense. The future as a concept, the way that humans hold the future, I think is really very artificial. And the notion that one pegs so much hope in the future is very striking to me. That this artificial concept, and really I think it motivates almost everything that we see in modern day society. The nature of capitalism fundamentally is this hope for the future. And I think existentially the future has no meaningful existence for individual entities. So my perspective associated with the future has always been distinctly different than the general population. I'm always interested. It's always fun. Putting stuff out is great. But I think in a general sense, eventually, one's time here ends. And I'm not particularly scared associated with that. I probably should be more scared. It's something that I actually concern myself with, that I'm so blasé associated with these things. Because I think there are a series of factors that would have an emotional impact on some people. Not a lot of people, but some people. And I've just got to start weighing that with some degree of gravitas, or trying to. And unfortunately, try as I might, I don't see it really there. I'm happy with the stuff that I've done. I think the things that I've done in my life are beyond imaginable for some schmuck growing up in Australia in the way that I did. I can't look beyond that. There are a few things in the future that interest me. The publication of a certain book, working on those kind of things, making more music, this kind of stuff. But when I look at my life in sum total, I can't complain. And I think that is a point of concern. I think probably this is one of the reasons that I'm so not necessarily against, just kind of post the present day super hyper capitalistic perspective. Maybe I need to find a group of common folk. Maybe that actually is a life goal that I need to put out there, which I have somewhere in them. But in general terms, I think your perspective associated with the future dominates the way that you deal with the present in a really strange and fundamental sense. Tom Barbley in San Jose, signing out.